It's Friday on Jasiri, and you know we like to end the week with energy, inspiration, and voices that get real about things that matter. Now today, we're diving into the world of modern motherhood, digital community building, and what it really takes to raise children and also still raise your own drama as well. And hold on. Sorry. And also raise your own dreams. But that's going to come as a conversation with our guests. You're welcome to Jasiri on a Hot Topics Friday special. Woo! I love the energy. So what does it take to raise your kids and raise your dreams?
See!
Jesus. Don't be
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Another day
it's
to be discouraged.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
Even as a dog mom, it's easy.
I almost tried.
I cannot talk back at you.
How many times have you thrown the slipper or the shoe or something?
Or raised your voice.
I don't even bite down before.
So imagine having humans that can talk back. And I can categorically say that motherhood comes with the age of your children.
Yeah.
When they're still little babies, it's different ball game.
Yeah.
When they become young, when they become toddlers, different ball game.
Yes.
When they become young adult teenagers, different ball game.
Twin parents every time. Yes, you are.
We're constantly changing.
Twins.
Now that they are young adults.
I'm telling you how they want to express their opinions.
My God.
I honestly believe, Mom, you don't get it. What I'm saying is that I think you're just not
Why would do like this? You put his two hands forward.
I'm not just
Mommy,
understanding.
what I'm trying to say, you don't get me. Why do they think we don't get them? It's in every conversation,
because as Corday tells us, we're from the Renaissance time.
Yes,
She actually said so.
I asked her to make akara for me. Ara fries the best akara. Anyway, she knows the kind of akara I like, crunchy type. But I have instructed her more than once that when you are frying plantain is such a technical thing that you can't leave.
You can't blink. You can't sit down
I just
with the
saw
TV.
her in the living room watching TV
And
frying plantain.
and the spirit of Mommy wanted to say, Mommy, are you not frying plantain? But I said, let me chill. Of course, the burnt offering came out. And her brothers ganged up against her, saying, Mommy, you didn't have to tell her that way.
What way was I supposed to tell her?
When you're going to eat it, I want me bo. I picked a couple of the burnt offering and released it into them. But I now punished them. I made them pick the beans they would eat. They could have cooked that beans today. But I said no. They will cook that beans yesterday.
No matter how.
See, that plantain thing used to do me. I had a reputation in my house. You cannot give Tolu plantain to fry. Because you blink like this. I'll look at me like, I just want a little bit, just give it 30 seconds. A little bit browner. Let's see. Black. There's plantain my husband has not eaten. That me, I'm sorry for you. There's nothing I can do. You know, more plantain. My hand have carried so many other things. Plantain is so small.
I'm there. Anything I'm doing must be in the four corners of that plantain. You like play music, but you're standing there.
No,
so when you say, I have a friend who used to say, no, I told my husband like dodo. You know, people don't really, you laugh about it. But for you to turn, when you say turn like dodo, it means paying attention. You are there, or you cannot fry plantain. Whether it's unripe plantain, fried, you know, there are different levels to ripe plantain.
Yeah.
The one that's almost...
Yeah, that's the one I like. You know, that one that just became ripe overnight and it still has that bite.
I don't agree. I'm turning my husband like
dodo. That means she's there.
I don't agree. Do you know how some people churn plantain over and over again? From one side to the other, they don't let it rest. That's not necessarily I'm there paying attention. That's indecisiveness. I bet. That's you turning it over and over again.
You don't know the style of plantain she fries in her own house.
Maybe
it's the one that needs flipping constantly because the man is that, he needs that kind of work. There's some plantain that will not, that will refuse to cook it through.
Yeah, there's some plantain that come on the frying pan.
You see?
You know, you have to know.
So it's not as easy as Lola made it look to me.
Nibo. I know it's not easy. All I say is that it takes attention.
Yeah, it does.
And if you want to make plantain and you want it to be really correct, one is not like you're frying it in a deep fryer that you can time. and just
You guys
bring
add
that.
salt to your plantain?
I do.
That debate.
I do.
That debate.
I cannot. I hate plantain that is not salted.
It's the same
Let
taste.
all the cooks
It's
kill
not the
me.
same taste, Sissy.
It's not just
not
the
the
cooks,
same
it's the
taste.
doctors. It's not the same. Why? The theory is salt and sugar have a balance to strike.
Yes.
If your plantain is just not salted,
Yeah.
it's just an overabundance of
Sugar.
Yes.
So it's the same as baking. I can tell the difference when someone
Balance
bakes
it.
and there's a bit of salt
Yes.
versus any people who don't bake with salt at all.
Yeah. Even when I eat oats, the oats I ate this morning,
It's a balance.
wasn't
You're supposed to
salted.
put salt in
It has to be
oats
a
as
It just
well.
has this
I like it
savory.
sweet. Don't know what am I looking for balance.
Don't worry, you will evolve.
You
will
look-
evolve.
you
You
will
evolve.
You will evolve.
When you have you seen sugar? Have you ever seen a child with sugar high? My son used to have sugar high on digestive.
Which one of them? Because
Then he would run on the floor like this. I'm like, what's happening?
which one of the boys?
And you know, maybe when he is now done, you sit by the chair like
You literally see them when they crash.
crash.
So when Cody was small, we took her to parties, and you know parties, and I'm like, oh, this, I did it to, is it the cotton candy or the kinika? It's me that's taking her home. And the issue is if they sleep in the car, they now take that crash out, like they worked 2 shifts, so that's sleep in the car. AC will hit them, you get home like 8 o'clock. Cody is running around, she's going up and down.
These parents who are nudging the kids, don't sleep. Oh.
Those, I know, I don't let her sleep in the car. No, don't sleep. I used to pour water sometimes.
I used to pinch them because they will now wake up when you want to sleep. And then I used to use agbo to scare them. So before we go to party, I'll put the agbo on the table. So that I'll tell them, if you eat anything mommy says you should not eat,
This is what
agbo, and they hate agbo more than anything, even till now.
Do you know, and these are kids, one after the other, not twins, not triplets, not quadruplets. This is one per child.
Experience
So you
per
can
child.
imagine mothers who have triplets.
Our guest has triplets.
Oh my God.
She has triplets. Our guest has triplets. Guys, we've started this motherhood parenting conversation. We'll get into it a lot more with our guest today. But this is thinking about her life.
Triplets. Have you ever, darling, have you ever wished to have twins or triplets?
No.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
I
before.
still want to have twins. It's just, I mean, my mom has to be there, and his mom have to be there, so I don't want.
And then the nanny.
Sure,
And
but
then
his mom has to be
oh, she checklist.
Then you will not get a mother-in-law like me. That have no business
that's
doing
in
that.
her,
It's just that
it's in her
it's
next
like,
chapter of her life.
No, like
She
that.
just flies in to kiss them and leave.
DHL to send them to you. What do you mean?
You are the who's I know just my own children, not
What do
yours.
you mean?
No, but you are 21st century compliant.
What do you mean by that? You
They're not
wanted
serious.
grandchildren. I gave you.
You wanted me. Did I say I wanted?
I didn't say I wanted grandchildren. You wanted grandchildren.
You did not want children.
You didn't want children.
And you do know that parents want grandchildren more than the couple wants
And
children.
then they have the grandchildren and they spoil them. I look at I look at my mom with Korede sometimes. I look at my mother-in-law with Korede sometimes. When Korede was small, I was not allowed to. But as she got older, she's like, my mother-in-law would tell Korede, see, yeah, your mother is looking at you, and you know I can't beg her. You know that she'll beat you now. Korede, come. Don't do it. I don't be looking. Oh, Matty, woo! I'll be so upset. Everybody be saying, no, I should not. I'm like, what do you mean I should not beat her? What do you mean? Wow,
That transition from motherhood to grandmotherhood.
is another
I don't know what
thing.
happens to mothers because mothers are stricter.
They're seeing us again. They're seeing their children again. And in this situation, they're not the ones responsible for the discipline.
Yeah.
So they can give all the love.
My mom used to feed Nimi till he vomited. Do you know when I look at my son now, I have to, sometimes I'll go to him and say, did I do wrong? Have I spoiled you really? Grandma used to press Nimi's stomach. If the stomach is soft, she believes he's not full. Nimi will eat till he vomits all over his body. God. Mama yìí máa sọ pé àwọn orí sì ẹ̀ kí n fọ́mọ ẹ lóúnjẹ dáa lóúnjẹ díẹ̀ ló jẹ́ o orí bó ṣe bì sí gbogbo ilé bí a ti máa pa á sè. Ó ní ọmọ tó ṣe bì í just vomited from overeating. Grandmothers.
They're special and we love you guys. We thank you, all the grandparents. Let's take a quick break. Our guest is standing by. When we come back, the conversations continue. OAU is in the spotlight. So wait now. So as we told you today, we're diving into the world of modern motherhood, digital community building, and what it really takes to raise children and still raise your own dreams. And joining us is someone who's helping Nigerian moms feel seen, heard, and supported. She's a storyteller, a community builder, and a champion for moms across the country. Let's roll the montage. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our guest is Jayne A. She's a content creator, parenting advocate, and all-around fab woman, as well as mom-in-chief of FabMumNg, one of Nigeria's premier communities for moms. Jayne, welcome, finally.
Thank you so much.
Jasiri, welcome. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
I know why Lolo is looking at her.
I know.
So pretty. Yeah.
Okay, so I think you're going to fit right in here. In fact, you fit already. It seems like we're all looking at you. You look like today bread. So please forget.
If you come and pay my bride price,
Yes, we agree.
So you're all about the mom life, parenting, and all these great tips concerning kids. We know that school is out, but mom life, parent life, or parenting life doesn't really end. Yeah. You are a mother, guys. She's a mother of triplets, 3 girls, and now they're 12.
Yeah.
Hey.
Let me ask you now. Maybe ask you now. How are you?
Are you okay?
You like say fine.
She says.
Are you okay?
Because
I didn't show you premium shaggy.
Shaggy.
Another one, please. Have you ever heard of pregnancy rhinitis?
Do you know it was when Tolu and I had a chat last night? I had to Google. I didn't know something like that happened.
Maraji, well done. Because it was because of Maraji that yesterday we were blessed with this knowledge because Tolu is our research engine. Tolu said, let me first educate you what rhinitis means. But so thanks to content creator, and soon to be mom of 3, Maraji, a video talking about this relatively unknown side effect of pregnancy has gone viral, and women have been sharing their experiences. Blessings. Blessings, how are you? Are you rethinking the journey to motherhood, or you are still there? Kakara kukuru.
I'm done rethinking.
So what is the decision?
It's fine now.
It's fine now.
You want mommy blessings to come and beat us?
But okay, so we had a conversation yesterday, and we were talking about some of the aftermath that some people face, pregnancy, childbirth, aside I think what many people are used to or what many know about is the postpartum depression, but then there's so much more. For example, I know someone who is currently a relative of mine who is still in the village battling mental illness. And in addition to that, she doesn't remember a lot of people. It's just now she's gradually remembering her mom and things like that. And it's all tied to pregnancy and childbirth. So my question is, do you think that there is a lot to be said, especially about women who do not necessarily disclose the nitty-gritty of pregnancy and childbirth? Because if you say I know this thing before now, maybe because there was a time I wanted to be a reverend sister, I probably should have just pursued that.
Seriously?
Yes, I went to a Catholic secondary school and I really admired them. I probably should have just stayed there,
I think it's this motherhood and pregnancy journey is not like a one-size-fits-all. While I was on my way here, I saw on the internet a woman who actually lost her sight.
Yes.
One of her eyes. I don't know if you saw the story. I was like, on top of the same pregnancy. So I think we should be more vocal and accept, when mothers open up about their struggles, we shouldn't sort of wave it off and say, and so are you the first? So that more people will be open to, expressing themselves and sharing some of the things that we hush. You understand? Who would have thought that pregnancy rhinitis, is a thing? I had to Google it. But these are things that we just think are just ordinary things. Yes. The only thing I had when I was pregnant was my morning sickness. They call it hyper.
They had to give you medication for that?
No, I didn't, but it felt as though for every time I brushed my teeth, it felt as though the whole of my intestines wanted to come out. So at a point, my husband would be, massaging my back, and I'd be like, I won't vomit these children like this. So I think that was just it. Then what else did I face? I could actually sleep while standing.
Oh, wow.
I was sleeping.
And you didn't fall down?
No, that was just an exaggeration.
You can fall asleep anywhere.
You could be talking to me and I'm sleeping. But aside that, I'm grateful I had a pretty seamless pregnancy. But some mothers don't have that. But that doesn't also nullify the fact that theirs is also as important.
Yeah. What did you crave? Because Ola had some weird cravings.
Magodo, estate, chicken suya, and Ribena.
Why was it so very specific?
Because that was the hospital. I had my babies at a hospital in Magoda. I don't know if I can mention that. So, you know, the suya guy, his spot was just close to the hospital. So most times when I'm lying down, I'm perceiving the chicken. So I must eat the chicken suya. Because I had to be on bed rest for the last 2 months of my pregnancy.
Wow.
Yes. So, you know, I was idle. So once I perceived it, at a point, the man used to bring it. And then people took turns to come and spend time with me in the hospital because they know they will enjoy. So it's not really about... So those were my cravings, Ribena.
For a triplet, for a multiple birth, that was very, as you said, a bit seamless.
Yes, I think
this mother was craving things up and down.
Yeah, that was just
But I always tell women...
Look at them perfumed, I couldn't say. That's normal.
That's a lot. Yes, anything small.
Almost every woman that I know. But for, you know, for multiple births, a lot of people would think that pregnancy would present a little differently.
Yes.
But from the description, at least I've known, I know a couple of multiple moms, maybe twins, maybe I know a couple of triplets, I know one quadruplet mom. But I don't think the challenge is usually before. Most of them have more challenges after.
I think it's not even after, it's an ongoing thing. For me, when it really dawned on me was, by the way, I found out I was having triplets at 6 months.
Wow!
And I was addicted to scans. So every hospital visit, I would want to see scan. And at a point, my husband was tired. What is it? What is it?
Were they, two of them were hiding?
No, just one. I kid you not. One. So every time, you know, I'll be like, I want to scan. So on this particular day, I felt normal, first pregnancy. I was like, the doctor was like, okay, you can go. See you in the next, I think, 2 weeks. I was like, let me scan. So the doctor said, let's just oblige her.
You already thought you were having twins.
No, one.
Two were hiding.
One.
They were hiding.
And so we got into the scan room. You know how the machine is behind
Yes.
you? So I was just gisting with my husband. And I noticed the doctor's face. He adjusted his glasses. I was like, what is happening? So in my mind, it was not even a thing of maybe triplet, maybe a deformity or something abnormally. And then I'm like, what? The man said, no. Then he was raising that thing up. I was like, what's in this shell? And then he said, 3 heartbeats. So my husband just stood up, say what? I stood up to her, I was like, 3 heart, and it was like the heartbeats are so strong. See them, you know how the scan thing. And then from there, I think my life just changed.
So
immediately, when we left, I called my dad, because I didn't call my mom, I called my dad because everybody saw me, everybody still sees me as one soft-hearted girl. Like, how will she be able to carry this thing? So I told my dad was like, relax, you'll be fine. So he was the one that told my mom. And then my mom was like, will you be able to? Here we are.
By 6 months.
Here we are 12 years after. I think after you have, you know, the whole pregnancy journey is one experience. And then postpartum, which is the 4th trimester, is the main thing. And then, you know, I didn't even know what is called colic. Because at the time, when babies just cry excessively, and then my children used to plan for me. So as one is dropping the tears, another one is picking up. As that one is picking up, dropping, the other one is. So they took turns. Then aside from that, I think my major challenges were sleep deprivation and breastfeeding, obviously. For obvious
reasons. Did you breastfeed at all?
No. And also, you know, when I had them via C-section, and you know when you have
recovery,
yes, it's usually long.
Ability,
and most moms who have their babies via C-section do not lactate almost immediately. So mine was like triple whammy.
Because the delivery is meant to trigger.
Exactly. And I think one of the things we need more, I think it's better, much better right now, is we need to educate pregnant moms, intending pregnant moms, you know, young ladies about the expectations of pregnancy. Though you can't really tell how it will present
because it's individual,
person, but it will help manage, in my opinion, it will help manage
just expectations. And I think that education also should go for the partners as well. Because we mentioned it yesterday, that there's some men who are like, is it only you? Are you the first one to get pregnant? And then Nollywood and Hollywood, guys, water does not break. Like Nollywood and Hollywood make you think.
No, Nollywood, please.
So, no, even Hollywood does it too.
Okay.
You'll think you're saying, my water is broken. You look down. It's not like that. Not for everybody. So I think it's just in general the expectations, you know. And something else, I wanted to, Blessings, have you ever heard of pica?
That craving, right?
Yes.
Is that who is that?
Pica is another thing that can happen when you get pregnant. It's a craving for chalk, for things that have no nutritional value. It's something that chalk, glue, ice, clay, soil, paper, paint. Mine was ice.
Soap. I
My own was ice. I was going through cups of ice a day.
So open the fridge and start licking the ice.
The ice. Is
I think it's the, like, I used to eat sand when I was a child. So till now, the craving, when it rains,
the smell.
Okay.
it just gets into my head, like I should just take a cup and just. So what I substituted it for was unzu. That's Igbo. I really need people to research that thing, because nobody can tell me, because it is addictive.
Chalk?
That particular one is not just
that particular one is not just, I think it's some clay they mix
I
with
think it's
salt.
in the alum family. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just chalk to me.
It melts. So
you
when
eat it,
when you
it's so
dissolve
delicious.
it, it's sandy.
It's
I eat it all
beyond
the
my
time.
pay grade at this point. Let's go on, Kat.
We're going for a break now.
No, we'll continue.
Okay, so you're still watching Jasiri. So we're gonna step out a little bit and expand conversations today in a follow-up to News Central's investigative piece, Justice for Victory. The family of the sexual assault survivor continues to pursue justice in court. News Central's Sarah Ayeku reports that for the second year running, the mother of the victim, her son, and her brother are still in court, not on the alleged defilement case, but on charges of assault brought against them by the man who allegedly defiled Victory at the age of 12. So here's the update that we have for you on this.
For the upteenth time, Mrs. Juliet Addy, her son, Michael, and her brother, Bright, are appearing at the Adagun Magistrate Courthouse in Ajegunle area of Lagos State. They are being tried in relation to an alleged altercation with a suspect that allegedly defiled 12-year-old Victory in April 2021. Mrs. Juliet Addy had at the time reported to the Ajeromi, Ifelodun police station, that her daughter, Victory, had been defiled by a neighbor known as Mr. Blessed. But since August 2023, they have been charged to court for allegedly assaulting the suspect. This hearing is expected to continue the criminal proceedings against the family seeking justice.
We have to take a further day to enable them, take over the file, for them to proceed. But it's left for the DPP, whether taking his file, for them to appear to de novo the case, to apply for de novo or not. It's left for them, or for we to proceed.
Although the three defendants are currently on bail, they are uncertain their case will be resolved before Magistrate Ramota Yilara in Court 11, the same magistrate that remanded them at the Kirikiri Maximum Correctional Center after being detained for 6 days in Ajeromi police station.
It has been frustrating. My younger brother was supposed to go and serve. He couldn't go. Together with my son. And because of the case, we could not even do anything. But we are coming to the courts nearly every month. And we cannot travel. Let me say, we don't have a life of our own now. This thing is killing me. It's taking the better part out of me. I'm no longer who I am. Because every night I do think of this thing. When this thing is going to stop, I want it to end. Let me and my family have our life back. I'm tired. I'm tired of this case. I'm tired. I want justice. And everything will end. Let us have our life back.
The case has been moved to the 14th of August. While Mrs. Juliet Addy and others charged in the assault case were present in the court, Mr. Blessed Azonuche, suspect for the defilement case, was not in court. This is against expectations that, given his stance as party to the prosecuting team, Mr. Blessed would have made his presence in court. In Lagos, for News Central, Sarah Ayeku.
let me give a background. If you haven't been following this story, we did a documentary piece on a young girl named Victory who about 2 years ago was sexually assaulted by a neighbor. I think she was assaulted twice, and her family reported. And there was not a skirmish, not any particular like engagement, but it was just in the heat of the moment. And then the next thing we know, this guy is coming to her house with the police, arresting her mom, her brother, and I think an uncle, her mom's brother, for assault. They spent 6 days in jail. And then the case was moved to Kirikiri, where they also spent, I think, some considerable amount of time. And in the 2 years after, they've been going back and forth to court on this assault case. Meanwhile, her case on sexual assault has stalled. So her family, and you can hear you can see the mother breaking down. And what I was just thinking watching this is that in her mind now, Victory will regret having told her family about this. Yeah. So what you're doing is you're silencing her, and you're silencing another young girl out there who sees that if this was me and my family doesn't have maybe money or influence, this could be what happens to my family. So if anything like that happens to me, I can't talk for fear of what happens to my family.
And we've always talked about it here. By the time this happens, what do you make the victims feel like? They're going to regret coming out to speak. There's no safe space. And then that is clear. There's gaslighting, because the case in itself is on its own. That's the crux of the matter. But then you bring policemen because you think you have influence, and it's sad because this is what obtains in our society on a daily basis. If you don't know someone that has leg, or that you can bring down the full weight of the law on someone because you want to prove a point, then it becomes this man now who has gone to bring the police and everybody to pack all this family, you feel as if you're untouchable. And so what you have done goes on without you taking responsibility, without you being brought to book. And he will go ahead and do it somewhere else.
Definitely. It's just so sad. It's so sad that these kinds of things, I just hope more advocacy groups would focus on this matter and amplify it and make it a little louder. Because sometimes if there's no eyes on the case, some of these dastardly acts will just go unnoticed, and before you know it, look at what that girl, the woman said they have no life. Going back and forth from court, what kind of plans can you make for your future? And we're talking assault now. It's not like, we're talking manslaughter or something really bad or extreme. We're talking assault, and it's taking this long. Honestly, we need more people to put eyes on this case, because I don't think it's regular.
Yes, it's not. And I think the ripple effect is the fact that it will silence more people. Yes. Because, the downtrodden, people who are not so empowered, the poor people, once this happens, they're like, look, I shut up. Before we enter, something really bigger. And it's even more worrisome because our justice system, which is supposed to, empower and protect the people, is what is also being compromised. Yeah. We're not even talking about law enforcement agencies. I think we should just do better.
It's difficult because 2 years, you're thinking, what are they going up and down for? By now, you should have presented the case, witnesses should have been called, and then you're able to decide what the conclusion will be. But 2 years, their life has literally stalled because they've been since this situation.
I think we need to amplify this more.
Absolutely.
My opinion, we need to amplify it more. We need to name and shame, actually. Who is this man? What is his identity? We need to name and shame so that people will know that there are consequences for their actions. You can't just use money to silence people.
So my challenge with these kind of things is the fact that these issues drag this long. Unfortunately, when we now get dirty and start to name and shame, it's only a matter of time before people start finding out the identity of the victims themselves, right? It's gone on for like 2 years. You cannot tell me that maybe the world doesn't know Victory, but people around that court already knows her. Her family members, church members who they were trying to hide it from already know, just because the system would not just get justice for these people and let the matter lie. So as we're naming and shaming, in fact, more people know Victory than the actual perpetrator.
The bad thing is that now we have 2 substantive cases in our hands because they are pursuing their assault case and their own case is still
a diversion.
Yes, because they have to put resources on both. If they're going to get a lawyer to pursue this case, they are going to have to get a lawyer to pursue this one. So it cannot be easy on the family at all.
It's a bad situation, and we'll continue to do what we can. We've done a documentary on this particular case, if you haven't watched it, you can check out our YouTube channel. This story is up. We'll be sharing it as well so that there is attention on it. Because unfortunately, it seems that until you bring social media attention to bear, then nobody is really wanting to do something. But all of a sudden, when social media is clamoring for it, all of a sudden you have answers to all the questions. But unfortunately, it is what it is. All right, let's move on. Blessings. Let's keep going.
Take us to OAU, please.
Not yet. So you people wait for that.
Oh, God.
Just wait. I have questions. Go ahead.
Okay, so as you already know, our guest today is the mommy-in-chief. Our guest today is the mommy-in-chief of FabMumNg, one of Nigeria's most popular communities for moms, parenting with love and sense, as the founder, Jayne A, puts it. Jayne is still here, and I want to ask this question, right? You have 3 girls, so the question is, what are the 3 biggest issues that moms write to you about?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I think number 1 is work-life balance. And I think that's one lie.
Sorry, are these your lashes?
Yes, we are lashes.
And so we get distracted like that.
Yes.
Oh my God, you need to see her lashes. I know we're on air, guys.
She's pretty. Thank you. So I think work-life balance is the number 1 challenge a lot of moms have, and it's because of the misconception. Because we see pretty pictures, we see moms who supposedly look all put together. You know, they have career on lockdown, motherhood, everything. They're looking spick and span. So people don't really know the backstory. You don't know that woman has a driver. You don't know she probably might have a chef. You don't know if she has support system. You don't even know if her motherhood duties are failing or even her wife duties. So I think we should just take it easy on ourselves, understand that it's one day at a time. Some days you will kill it. Some
days you'll kill you.
Sometimes the work will kill you. Sometimes as a mother, you will do so well. And then sometimes you will question your mothering or parenting skills. And I think that the fact that you even bother if you are doing it well means you're a good mom. Then number 2 is rising cost of education. And you know, these days we want quality education, and a lot of schools hide under the whole Montessori, whatever, charging exorbitant fees, and they're not giving value for money. So that's what a lot of parents also, you know, think about, how to secure their children's future. And I think the pressure gets worse when your children enter secondary school, because you're counting down. Once they enter JSS1, forget it. You know, it's university, so people are thinking of how they can secure their kids' future, maybe via investments and what have you. Number 3 is also marriage. Marriage is a big deal. And I think even on my platform, the post that gets the most traction is marriage. So it's either husband is cheating, side chick wahala, or mother-in-law is interfering into the marriage, or when husbands stifle their wife's growth or career. Like, my husband does not want me to work, or he does not want me to, you know, do business, you know, or even husbands that want to control their wife's finances. Of course, finance again in marriage is also a big issue.
It's so interesting. Work-life balance, I'm interested in that one, because do you think that there can ever be a work-life balance?
No.
She didn't even let me finish.
No, it's not possible. Nah.
So it's something we always suffer. So
this morning, let me confess, I was running late because, should I say this? Anyway, I was cooking. And then I checked the time. I was like, Jayne, you can't do Nigerian time today, African time. You know, so I was rushing with making sure that there was food at home to meeting up with this. So I'm just trying to say that, and at the end of the day, I'm not sure I made the best porridge this morning, but at least I cooked.
At least there's food.
So I'm just giving that example to show that some days you just wing it. It's not possible. And I think what we should do as mothers, as parents, is to prioritize what is most important at that time. Then don't feel guilty. If you have to be a career mom, a 9 to, these days there's no 9 to 5, maybe a 9 to 8, a 9 to 9, just get you
even before 9. I've done meetings at 7:30 while I'm getting ready to take her day to school. There's no, I've done meetings at 9.
Get you a support system and go easy on yourself.
And I think one thing, I'll confess this, I used to follow a lot of mommy bloggers. When I started feeling like I was the one falling short, I muted and unfollowed people. I'm proud of them, I'm happy for them, but when it started feeling like I was in that constant space of comparison. It's like, this is not good for my mental health. It's not good for anybody that's close to me.
The funny thing is that a lot of Nigerian mothers actually love those kind of content because for some, it's aspirational. Oh, I want to be like this woman who has many shares.
But you don't know what is in the background.
You know, it's the pretty, you know, Instagram, social
the finished
media.
picture,
It's curated. It's what I want you to see.
Exactly.
It's what you see.
And I think that's why it's important for the parents who are, you know, social media, who are influencing other parents on social media to be more original. Yes, we want to see how you're able to juggle it super mom.
But let's see when the plantain burns.
We want to see, we want to see when you were close to tears and you're like, I'm
not so
tired,
great
I can't do
times,
this, so that they can see themselves.
You know,
the whole idea is relatability.
I find it very confusing because even when it comes to content creation, we've turned it into creation actually. It's no longer something to emulate or be like. Because a lot of people that give you mommy content or give you any kind of content that is family oriented, they don't tell you the backstory or what surrounds their life. You don't know the kind of figures they are making to be able to afford the kind of life that they're living. So there's so many gaps. You know, I saw a content that a mother was, she had triplets too, just yesterday. And, you know, she said, please, you can judge me, I don't care. I can't potty train the 3 of them, I'm tired. So I'm going to do that for as long. He said, maybe till 18. Of course,
that was an exaggeration.
It was, and I said, no, but I could understand her frustration because she put her children to bed. Then she came back to the living room. That was like a hurricane had come through it. And I felt very at home with that. That, okay, this is kind of real. It's not like every time you see.
But you know, real will connect with real. So.
Exactly. I saw her pick up the stuff. I saw her so tired to even put food in her mouth so that people can know that sometimes it's okay to be human. And I know how many women are going secretly through depression just because they are mirroring their lives. And you know, the same content you consume, your partners consume it. So they keep comparing silently.
That's
like,
true.
Oh, you know, they might not say you look like this guy. Imagine you're driving with your husband and say, oh, did you follow FabMum? Wow, she was so great with the kids yesterday. Everything, she started out early.
So it's like a
you know, she woke up quite early and she put everything together. I think you should follow the blog. It might help you a little.
That's true. That's
Meanwhile, he
a
does
subtle
not
shaming.
look at where his support. Please, let's do OAU before you people
OAU. Anyway, all right, ladies, let's move on to our next story because this one is so interesting to everybody. Our ears are like, pew. Obafemi Awolowo University set the internet on fire with a new dress code for the students. So apparently, in 2025, we're still arguing over how students should dress. But this time, it's not just talk. A memo dated June 13, 2025, approved by the OAU's Governing Council, outlines a new dress code policy that will get students rusticated for wearing dreadlocks and crop tops. This new directive comes from the Division of Student Affairs with the backing of the university's Governing Council, citing, I quote, promoting public decency and protecting the image of the university, end of quote, as the core of this new directive.
Now, according to the memo, students can get rusticated for not complying with the approved dress codes and wearing prohibited attires like dreadlocks, tattered jeans, sagging, backless or off-shoulder outfits, crop tops and transparent clothing, colored hairstyles, or even hugging and kissing on campus. Exactly what you heard. If you're in OAU, you can bag yourself 2 semesters out of school gratis, free of charge, if found kissing. Now, of course, the students are saying a loud no to the rules. The OAU Students' Union has rejected the policy, calling it unconstitutional and archaic. They say it violates basic rights, freedom of expression, movement, religion, and even privacy. So in response now to the furore, OAU has come out to say that the policy wasn't just a draft, was just a draft, and it wasn't final. A lie, it's final. However, the damage seems to be done. Hey, should we take some reactions now?
Let's take some reactions, because I don't trust you guys.
Okay,
let's take some reactions to this story first. In the year 2025, this is what a Nigerian university is concerned about. This product that it has posted on was built by people that would likely have been rusticated for at least 1 semester based on the above memo. See, one thing about these Nigerian institutions is lack of quality education. It's lack of quality education that makes people deviate from the purpose of going to school and start dressing inappropriately. Give people quality education and purpose. Nobody will dress anyhow because they know coming to school is business, not for fun.
I like that.
Serious universities are focused on cutting-edge research and solving global problems. You're here drafting dress codes like it's 1972, banning braids, tattoos, and colored hair. That's not discipline. It is laziness disguised as policy. Wow. How do you even define sexually provocative dresses? And this kind of vague rule was how hall porters in my school used to abuse their power. What else do we have? Rustication for rumpled clothes. What if there's no light? Dreadlocks. What if the person was born with it? This list.
Get that CP.
And let's take this one final. Every single time you see a school do this nonsense, you just know they've lost the plot. I have some rules that you can also add. Lecturer skips class, public flogging. Sale of handout, 10 slaps plus jail time. Sexual harassment of students, life imprisonment. Before you guys start.
Jayne, like Alita
Jayne.
Yes, please.
What do you think? Because I'm looking at it, and there's even one that says heavy makeup, rustication for 1 semester. Rumpled and dirty clothes, rustication for 1 semester. Hair plaiting or weaving by male students, rustication for 1 semester. That's actually repeated a few times. Jayne, your thoughts?
So yes, schools have a right to, set up laws. But I think where I have an issue with is rustication. I think it's extreme. I mean, even the rumpled clothes I thought they were making sense until I saw the rumpled clothes. Come on. I think it's just...
Massaging or sitting on the lap of the opposite sex.
It's rising. It's very archaic.
But at least they said welcome, touching, kissing, and hugging of opposite.
This welcome. So if you say, which kissing?
I welcome your kissing.
What is unconventional wearing a face cap? Define it.
Then maybe turning it to the back.
But that's actually conventional. People wear face caps front and back.
My own is, how do you expect our children, boys and girls, to find their future husbands and wives?
So I think we need to have a serious conversation. No, let go.
I know that this is extreme, honestly. I know this is bordering on total extreme.
Exactly.
But I actually think we need caution on our
students.
I will not lie. Like when law students, when I was in school, there was no standing rule that we had to wear black and white.
But all of you did it.
No, you just tended to dress corporate. Maybe based on what we're studying. But I found out that we have left a lot of caution to the wind. There are some inappropriate things that I have seen that I actually think is inappropriate.
Yes.
Students now go to class, at least I have children in universities. They say they won't wear bras and they wear see-through t-shirts that you can see their nipples outside. They wear crop tops. They wear dresses with no, what's that one we can just pull up? Bustiers. They wear that to class. Some of them would even wear shorts to lecture halls. I know that this is bordering on the extreme.
Yeah.
But we need to just say, while you're in school, wear corporate clothing. Finish.
Maybe not corporate, but dress decently.
Because if you say dress decently to these children, decently, they don't understand decently any longer. Decently in Gen Z language and our own decency is not the same.
To be honest, you can actually even be Gen Z and be decent. You can be, Alte, you can do Alte fashion and be decent. I've been in a university setting, I've seen people with Alte fashion, and it's very decent. I think the problem is the way their rules and regulations have become so extreme, it's now laughable. So people won't even take you seriously. What do you mean you rusticate me for 1 semester for doing this? So if you...
People that don't want to go to school in the first place, they are just passing.
Do you understand? I think they're also students now, whether we like it or not, the West and its traditions are trickling down to us and are infiltrating the pores of the very Nigerian fabric of morality in the society. And then, of course, our Gen Z, since they know how to escalate things on 100, they have escalated. Like I said, I know some universities do this. My daughter's university, my kids' universities, it's not this severe, but they know what they can wear to class and what they cannot wear to class. What are you doing wearing a see-through top without a... And like I said, also that's a reflection of the deterioration of the educational sector. They don't take education seriously. Hires the lecturer go toast me, or he will hold you responsible.
Is it a deterioration of education? But because before they get to university, are they not pushing boundaries
at home?
Families. They come from families.
Is it not part of these families? I've known, and I've said, children of religious leaders are more
we're more prone to
that because there's strictness and discipline at home. So they want to behave like the peers. It was shocking that most of the parents of these students don't know that they have some of these clothes, see-through clothing in their luggage and gone to school.
Anyhow dressing. I don't have a problem with dressing your age. Like when I see Blessing dress, she has a jacket and a camisole
Blessing's always dresses elegantly.
Pants.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, this is so sweet for a uni student to wear. But wearing a tank top that is see-through without any undergarment under.
Somebody blinded Lolo's eyes.
No, I see my daughter, she's in university. Honestly, sometimes when I see her, I'm like, Lord, I thank you. I must have done something.
I know that feeling.
But I still saw her one day that. I don't think
if you're looking at those rules, no matter how decent you think you are, there's no way you will not fall in that category. What do you mean off-shoulder dress rusticating me for one semester?
So I think there's a disconnect between what some of the misconduct supposedly is and what some of the sanctions are. And I'm going to be with Lolo on this. I've been out at club, I do whatever. But what I'm finding is the issue is that there's a generation of children that do not understand the where and the what. There is appropriate style of dressing for what occasion, and there's appropriate style of dressing for where you are. And so there's a mismatch. And I think we need to be honest about it. I agree with Lolo. There's no reason you're wearing a one-shoulder top to class. Kilo day is why. There's no reason you're wearing. Why are you wearing bomb shorts? All of us should stay in the hostel. Why are you wearing bomb shorts? Why are you wearing see-through tops? Why are you wearing tops?
But ladies, you guys also know it's a reflection of the society.
It is. So my other issue with this is who decides what? Because you'll pass one lecture, so there's a part of it that says tattered jeans. So right now, tattered jeans is all these jeans that's I have 2 pairs. I wear it out. I'll pass one lecture and they won't see a problem. I'll pass another lecture and they'll see a problem. So how do you even weigh what is actually the issue? Because you're going to have heavy makeup now. All 4 of us are rusticated. All of you will rusticate all of us because the makeup issue, we all fail.
As far as I'm concerned, any school, for me, if a school has rules now, like my children go to private uni, so I know that there are some rules. They don't allow colored hair in my daughter's school. You can't even wear hair below, above, that is longer than your shoulder or your neckline. So I agreed to it before they went.
And your kids agreed to it too.
And my children signed.
Yes.
So as far as I'm concerned, if this is going to be a new rule or a code of conduct, then let them come back down to the drawing table, sit down with the student affairs, come to some kind of compromise on what is
That's
what.
the only way
and
out.
I think they did this just to get our quick attention. But
they didn't see the backlash coming.
It did exist.
But don't forget, other universities are going to borrow a leaf from here if they haven't borrowed already.
There's a university in River State that did sin recently.
Yeah, there's a university in Ekiti State that color codes. If you belong in the Faculty of Arts, you wear a certain color.
She has a child that is studying medicine.
Organized.
Do you think she has time to be coming out without clothes when she's thinking of anatomy? Our children no longer find education something to aspire to.
And
but if you are really serious,
that's the truth.
that you are writing dissertation, you are writing research.
But don't forget that this is also probably one of the most creative generations the world has ever witnessed. And their creativity also comes across in what they wear.
Not wearing clothes without bra.
No, I'm not saying that's a complete excuse, but I'm saying that there's a creative, and I'm always one that at this age to do so much restriction, and then people now graduate and they become part of the workforce, and then we're asking them why they can't stand up for their rights. Let me tell you, from the moment a Nigerian child is born to the point that they graduate university, we're constantly telling them what to do, how to do, what to wear, what to go, what to do. And then we expect them to come out and be fully formed individuals ready to take their own decisions.
No, you have a point, but this is bordering around decency.
Who decides what is decent?
We have to learn to decide.
We have to decide it ourselves.
So I think our society needs to redefine what decency is.
My own is some of the clothing I see, I'm like, I was at the beach. I was at an event recently, I was like,
how did they come?
How did we get here? Because it's been normalized.
Yes.
And you are the odd one.
Yes.
You are the odd one. Sometimes when you even try to be trendy, your kid will say, Mom, you are giving. It's giving.
Exactly.
It's giving Gen Z vibes.
But some will even come out and say, Mommy, what made you think you can wear this kind of dress? I say, what's your business? Is it your life?
So I think
you'll be policing me.
Soon we'll be sending out another fresh set of university, undergraduates. So I think we should try, we parents should also try, and strike that balance.
I think it's a balance, and I also will say this, because once they leave universities, I said what and where. They also, a lot of them go to work, whether they're happy in the work they're going to, but they'll go into corporate organizations and start working, and will not understand what is appropriate in offices and what is
within
not.
our own organization here.
Oh no, I've become their control
on some of the staff members.
Yes, we've said
you can't do this, do that. And they'll tell you, I'm working. This is a liberal organization.
I won't blame some parents. I'm not saying parents are. I mean, parents too should do their work, but I've seen children. Parents will come down heavy on children. Don't wear this, wear that, and children are looking forward to when they can go to university to dress different from how their parents have taught them. So
that's a dilemma a lot of mothers. I mean, I face it. Giving them, you're torn between giving them liberty and also cautioning them.
Because
sometimes you don't even know that your children have grown.
Yes.
You're still seeing them. You're still seeing them with that baby eyes.
We're not finished this conversation, and that's how we close out the week with some truth, laughter, and a whole lot of real talk. A very big thank you to Jayne A, the mom-in-chief of FabMumNg Nigeria. Thank you so much for your time this morning. And of course, continue to be well with the triplets. We'll see you guys on Monday. Bye for now.